Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to 90 at 9, brought to you in association with ASB. This is your morning briefing where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, starting now with depressing news for exporters. The currency, the New Zealand dollar, over 70 US cents overnight, and it's staying there in the morning. We hit it briefly over 70 cents on Wednesday night, but the comments yesterday from Alan Bollard and the decision to keep the official cash rate on hold has not encouraged people to push the New Zealand dollar down. The US markets are up, which is making people more keen on taking some risk elsewhere, and that's why they're putting their money into the New Zealand dollar and the Australian dollar. And the Reserve Bank itself identified a very close link now between the New Zealand dollar and the US equity markets. Meanwhile, news out that the terms of trade, which tells us how much we can buy with the proceeds from our exports, they have deteriorated sharply in the June quarter. They're the worst since 2006. Exporters are being well and truly stuffed by the rise in the New Zealand dollar. This all seems like deja vu all over again. New Zealanders borrow heavily from overseas, this pushes up the currency, our export sector struggles, and we end up with a big debt that we can't service. However, Alan Bollard, who has identified this as a risk, this imbalance in our economy, is relatively relaxed about it. He reckons that the imbalances will work themselves out, that New Zealanders will care about exporters when they look to buy a house, and that eventually we'll stop increasing our debts because our debt to income ratio is too high. He reckons the property market will cool off after an initial blip later this year. We'll see. Meanwhile, at the Parliamentary Select Committee, Dr. Bollard also said any moves to bring in capital adequacy tools to slow down bank lending were too unsophisticated. He's not keen on them. However, he would like tax reform, particularly around property investment, and he's hoping something will come out of the tax working group that the government has set up. I'm Bernard Hickey. That was 90 at 9, brought to you in association with ASB.